Let me make sure my technology, I got my technology team back here. You guys, if you see anything funny going on here, let us know, we'll be on it. Yeah. Who's the most tech savvy in the room? Raise your hand.
I am. I definitely am.
Well, welcome. We've got a great show. We've got a great training event. We had 20 people registered here today, and so we'll see how many mosey on in. We actually had over 20 people that came to our build conference. So woohoo! We do have a big event coming up also, which is EXPCon. Anybody going to that? Okay, we got a few people. So what we'll do is we'll start a group there in Workplace to make sure that everybody is up to date with what's going on there. I'm done with your phone, Pete. But just Patrick's on at 10:30, so just keep me on time.
Got it.
All right, so a couple things that I want to share with you guys. Artemis is the reason why we're all here, as he pointed out, because I like to do stuff virtual. In the last couple of years, anybody kind of missed or craved kind of face-to-face, being in person? Yeah. So I'm kind of that guy that was like, oh, this is nice. I like this. I don't have to be around people. Oh, this is good. Even though I do like to be around people, but I've always been I was the shy kid. Okay, let's put it that way. I was a shy kid. So I never really initiated conversations. I would hope that people would talk to me, kind of thing. Don't shake the table too much, Artemis. You got to be a good kid if you sit at that table. Okay, so a couple things that we want to get you guys, or help you and help ourselves. We want to help you to prepare for an amazing 2022, okay? So not only are we here, we've got a small group of masters in the room. Make some noise, masters. What's up? All right, we got some masters in the house, and we got about 200 and something that we're live streaming to in our Workplace group. And then we've got YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Love you guys. So we got a couple different things going on there. So how do you set up an amazing 2022? I want to borrow some things that I received from Stuart Sutton. If you haven't heard Stuart teach, I mean, we got some amazing teachers. In fact, let's honor our teachers. Patrick, come on up. Just real quick. We'll do it real quick. Will Gilliam, and Artemis. Yeah, so, and we're going to talk more about this, but we created an inner circle, and these three are part of that inner circle. Actually, anybody can be part of it. We'll tell you how. But let's give them a round of applause. They have round of applause. Thank you, guys. And they'll all be up to kind of share with you. I mean, most of you know that I can run my mouth for 2 hours or 3 hours pretty easily. But
as a shy kid.
As a shy kid, yeah, as a shy kid. But I really want to share this space with our other fellow leaders in our group, because we all have something to contribute and share. And Stuart Sutton is the one that kind of gave me this material. So realize first that the actions that you take right now will affect your 2022. So Stuart had this gathering, and he called it the Realtors Year-End Party. It's Christmas, it's New Year's Eve for Realtors. And I said, dude, that doesn't make any sense. It's like October. How could it be? He said, yeah, but the things that you do in this quarter will set up your 2022. And what happens then is the energy that you bring to 2022, if you got a rock in January or you got a rock in February, because I don't know about you, but my February has always sucked. I've always had a really good December, and then January was and December was not so good, okay? February was not so good. December was great, January was and then February wasn't so good. But remember, I was doing about 10, 12 deals a month at that point. So a not so good February would be 4 or 5 deals, right? So make those plans, take those actions right now to set up 2022. That's the first thing. Now is the time to focus on your number one bucket. Remember, we have 3 lead buckets in real estate. What is your number one lead bucket?
Sphere of influence.
SOI. That's right, your sphere of influence. And so now is a great time to reach out to them just with a call. And use my favorite script of all. Hello? Hello. That's my favorite script. A lot of times what will happen if we just pick up the phone and open our mouth and let the voice flow, the words will come, right? And you just check in on them. Hey, how are you doing? How's your year been? If you haven't checked on them in a while, how's your summer been? Just talk to them, have a conversation, and remind them that you're still around. Anybody still in the land of the living after COVID? I mean, we've lost some people, haven't we? We've lost some, but we're still here. We're still around. Check on their family. Just check in on them, and that's going to do a lot for you. I remember Elizabeth Riley in our group, and she's a cousin. So in EXP we have Mentorship Masters. That's family, right? And then we have other groups that there's not really rivalry, but there is a little. But there's other groups that we call them cousins. So Elizabeth Riley is in a group. She's hey y'all, what's up? We got Mina in the house. A rock star up in here. All right. Thanks for making the long drive over here, Mina. We appreciate you. Anybody else drove a long way to get here? All right. Georgetown? Yeah. Brett came from Bernie? Yes, sir. From Bernie. So Horseshoe Bay in the house. All right, cool. So, all right. So decide on your Christmas and New Year's gift that you want to give to your A-list, okay? I'm not a gift giver. Artemis says I'm stingy. No, he didn't really say that, but
I'm coaching him on generosity.
But I am a giver in terms of I give knowledge. I've learned a lot and I give that, but physical gifts not so much. But what you want to do is look at your A-list and focus and try to see what do you want to give them? What item of value do you want to provide? Begin a campaign to reach out to your A-list, find out what they need. Is there anything I can help you with? That's a great way to start a conversation. Anchor your calling into a higher purpose. I think that 2022 is a good year to do that. And I teach that in my book, Success with Listings. If you don't already have the book, every Mentorship Master has it in the portal that you can just download. And there's a place in here where I talk about anchoring your purpose. Anchoring your calling or your what you do in real estate into a higher purpose. And what that means is create some kind of a cause or something that you want to do in 2022 where a percentage of the proceeds on every transaction will go toward that. And then you promote that as a project. An example would be like wheelchairs for warriors. Let's say you find out that a refurbished wheelchair is $600. So for every 6 homes that you sell, you're gonna put $100 per house, and for every 6 homes that you close, you'll be able to provide a wheelchair for a wounded warrior. That's just an example. So you can lead with the whole concept of, hey, this year I want to provide 10 wheelchairs for wounded warriors, right? Instead of saying, hey, this year I want to do 60 deals, which is really the same thing, right? And you call your SOI, hey, I want to do 60 deals this year because I got my eye on that new Mercedes. The one you've been looking at but you can't afford? I got my eye on that one. And no. It's better to say that you have this project, whatever that project is. And it is true that ultimately as Homo sapiens, we will find that as we go up the ladder, because actually success is quite boring. Let me say it again, success is boring because success is doing the same things over and over that have achieved the results that you want. So once you figure out the recipe, okay, Wallace Wattles in his book, The Science of Getting Rich, he talks about this concept that if you had the recipe for creating gold, for making gold in your back room, you can make it on demand. Would you walk around with satchel bags full of gold? Absolutely not. Because you just make it when you need it, right? And when you unlock the key to having a dynamic listing career, a real estate career, okay, you basically have an ability, a superpower to create sort of wealth on demand. And when you get into revenue share, that really kicks it up on steroids. That's a whole nother ball game, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So write down your big goal for 2022. This is an exercise that Stuart had us do. I think it's a great exercise. So think about this. You don't have to do it now, but write down your big goal for 2022. What is that big goal? What's that thing that you want to do? You write it on a sheet of paper, put it in an envelope, and do not open it until December 31, 2022, okay? And then you open it and you kind of, now you always should have your goals in front of you, right? I've got my goals on my whiteboard right in front of me, always, but put it in an envelope. That's kind of a fun exercise. And then the last thing that Stuart shared when I was with his group was, what is that one word? What is that one word that you have for 2022? Is it humility? Is it purity? I think my one word might be purity. But what is that one word? Is it consistency? You know, that one word that you want to be the theme, the overarching theme of your year, okay? So be thinking about that as well. So just a few tips. The real meat of training is going to come when my man Patrick comes up, and then when Will comes up, and of course Artemis as well. So has that been good for you? Is that good? Maximum success is what we want in 2022.
No. Lori just sent a message. It's live streaming now, but it's not doing anything.
Oh, it's not.
Probably a technical glitch on her end.
Check it out on my computer, Artemis, because I got Workplace pulled up.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, and see if it is.
Because Tony responded and she's watching right now.
She's watching right now?
Yeah, Tony
Okay.
commented. And so,
Just check it out. See if you can see
can
it.
we refresh?
Yeah, refresh. Hit the refresh. Thanks. Hey, technology, y'all. Woo! How many of you guys are going to be, you're going to have a big group and you're going to be doing these kind of events with your group, right? So this is kind of a chance for you guys to see what goes on, how you can see how the pros do it, you know? No, just kidding. All right. And one of the things that we did with this event was we changed the timing. So you remember we used to have these events at 9 in the morning, and that's too early, right? Somebody said that's too early because then you got to drive in and all that. So Josie was the one that said, hey, we should probably move this to 10.
Thank you, Josie.
Yeah, so we're doing 10 to noon, 10 to 12, and then at 12 o'clock. By the way, it's a good time for me to share with you guys what we're doing. So I'm going to speak for about, how many more minutes do I have? 10? 12 more minutes or so.
12 more minutes.
Hey y'all, good to see you. Felicia now.
But those two chairs have been. Also, you want to tell them where the restrooms are in the coffee break room?
Yeah, where are they? The restroom. Okay, the restrooms. I know where the restrooms are.
So the women's restroom, as you walk out of here, make a right and then left. There's a restroom, and right next to the restroom is a break room. There's coffee and water in there. You ought to make your own coffee, and there's water from a filter.
All right. So is that Felicia? What's up, girl? All right. She came in from Houston, Texas. Thank you for being here. Houston, Texas in the house. All right. And we've never met in face-to-face. Like some of you, I just met for the first time face-to-face as well. Al, we just met as well. So, all right. So we're just talking about the agenda. I'm going to speak first. Then Patrick is going to be sharing. And then Will Gilliam is going to share. And then we're going to hear Artemis is going to kind of close us out. And he's really going to get into some deeper stuff for how we can really prepare for a great year. Not just next year, but the next 5 years, the next 10 years, maybe even the rest of our life. Right? So, all right, so I want to talk about the 2x22. How many of y'all have heard about my 2x22 initiative? Anybody? All right, so I know workplace can be a black hole sometimes of information, right? Too much information. So we have a contest going on right now. Right now. When is it going on? Right now, called 2x22. What is that? That is a contest for you to get two masters by, hear that? I just got one. I heard it real loud and clear. So 2 masters by December 31, okay, 2021. You bring in 2 masters. People should be here, guys. I got to say it again. People should be here. 87% of real estate agents fail in their first 5 years in the business, okay? Mina is a good example. When Mina came to me, she had gone 8 months. How many months?
8.
8 months without doing a deal, okay? Mina was working as a, and this is no slam to Mina. We have this potential within us, but she was working as a showing assistant, and how much was I paying you, Mina? $25 a house?
Yeah. And those
Not enough.
the further ones were 50 when they were
Okay,
far away.
I was paying her $25 to $50 a house to open houses, and they were in the $600,000, $700,000 range. And she found the house for my client. We closed on it. Okay, I paid Mina a couple $100, maybe total, and you know, I made 18,000 or 20,000, whatever it was, okay? And I saw the potential in her when she was doing this work. I was like, this girl has potential, right? But she's a showing assistant. And she was referred to me by a fellow Keller Williams agent. Anyway, so we got to talking. I said, Mina, she said, I don't know what to do. I'm on my way out of this business. My husband told me, I don't know how husbands have the right to say this anyway, but anyway, this is what she told me. She said, my husband says that if I don't make a deal soon, I'm gonna have to go back to my corporate job. And I don't ever wanna do that. I said, Mina, I guarantee you, if you partner with me, okay, you do what I tell you to do, say what I tell you to say, you will have success, you will start to close deals, and within a year, your husband is gonna be asking you for a job. Wasn't that the promise I made? Yeah. And she was like, this sounds too good to be true. I just don't know. I've trusted people in the past. I don't know if this is the real deal. But she trusted me. This was in January of 2019. And last month she closed $2 million. She made over 60 grand to her family. And what is your husband doing right now?
He's taking his classes to join me.
All right. Oh, that's all right. What's up? All right. Okay. I wouldn't have talked about you if I knew you was in the house. All right. My bad. I thought she was bringing a recruit, but I guess it is. Anyway. So, all right. So now I'm embarrassed. Now, but here's the thing: 87% of real estate agents don't make it past 5 years, and we know that we've got the formula for them to succeed if they follow the steps. That's it. Okay, and so we want them here. So there's no shame in my game. People say, well, Knolly, he just wants to recruit. You damn Skippy. That's what I want to do, just like Jesus. Jesus came up to a dude. He said, follow me. See, Jesus was a recruiter. He only had 12 wide, but hey, billions deep. All right, so 2 by 22. he had a nice front line. Now, make no mistake about it. Jesus did have thousands of followers, but he had 12 in his inner circle. And I've created an inner circle. I'm going to talk about that in the 2 minutes I have left. Okay, 2 by 22, what is it? What do you win? Number one, a 2 by 22 trophy that would be mailed to your home. Number two, you're going to get access to a private live in-person event. It'll be a full-day event with me and Artemis as well. And then you'll have a special private dinner with Josie and I at the 2022 shareholders event. And then the fourth thing you get is a special winner recognition on a poster that we're going to create, showcasing you as a winner. And the fifth thing you get is revenue share by doing what you should do. So bring them here. That's our 2 by 22 initiative. Who's committed to 2 by 22? All right, raise your hand if you're committed. All right, you're going to commit to try it. All right, okay. You got 5? Oh, he's okay. All right, so let me share with you who our contest winners are right now. We got Artemis Prime in the house. He's already got 4 since we started. By the way, we started the contest on October 1st. So we've been tracking this. Chris on my team's been tracking this. So Artemis is at the top of the list with 4. We got Bradford Page with 2. He's already in. Jasmine Gadsden has 2. We got Stuart Sutton with 1. Tanika Belfield Martin with 1. Alicia Stukes with 1. Katie Johnson with 1. Tammy Burns Manning with 1. Terry Wilkes has 1. Luis Garcia has 1, Ruth Reed has 1, Tanya Bowling has 1, and Will Gilliam has 1. So they're all on they're halfway to the 2 by. You got 3 more on the way. Ooh. All right. So talking a little bit about the inner circle. You guys are rowdy. Sharing just a little bit about the inner circle. So when I created Mentorship Masters, many of you know that I had programs that you would have to pay for. $10,000 a year, $25,000 a year. So essentially, when you join Mentorship Masters, you're getting my $10,000 a year program, okay, for free. You get that everything that was in that, which is group coaching, all of my tools and training, hundreds of hours of training in the library, access to private Facebook or workplace group, I should say, the success portal, the one-on-one accountability partner, all that. But now in the inner circle, you get all that plus, okay, one-on-one coaching with me. Because a lot of people say, man, I want one-on-one coaching with Knolly. So the inner circle members get that. Direct ongoing access to me. Private VIP retreats that I do just with the inner circle. private dinners that I have just with myself, Josie, in the inner circle, and private training. So how do you get in the inner circle? Anybody know?
5.
4 or more, 5 or more, 4 or more, 5 or more.
4 or more sounds good, but my standard is 5. 5 or more. And when you have 5 or more in your front line, you're going to automatically be inducted into the inner circle. So there's some of you in the audience that are real close, okay, to be in there. And you know, this is something that for me has been life-changing. Patrick's going to share with us more about the revenue share piece of what we do. For me, I'm more of a builder. So we have 2 tracks in our group. We have production and attraction. Okay, what are they?
Production and attraction.
Okay, so production is what we need to focus on, right? Because we need to sell houses. We need to move inventory, right? So that's our number one focus right now for most of you. For me, I've done that. You know, I sold over 1,200 homes. You know, I've checked all the boxes, done that. Now I'm really focused on the attraction side. So more so you're going to see more of those comments from me, but we're still very focused on making sure that you guys are successful production-wise. So what we say is on the attraction side, 4 hours a week. 4 hours a week. How many hours?
4.
And how much time do you spend on production? All the rest. All the rest of your time. Okay, make sense? All right. So a couple last things. I do want to congratulate our Inner Circle members. And I'm going to read off who they are. We've got Will and Deb Gilliam in the house. What's up? Member Circle. They're in the Inner Circle. Mark Phillips is in the Inner Circle with 14. He's got 14 in his group. Will and Deb Gilliam have 15. We've got Teal Kleiss, who has 10. And then we have Patrick Kelly. He has 8. And then we have Tony Patillo with 6. And Artemis Prime with 5. And Tanika Martin with 5. And then we have some runners up. We have a bunch of you that have 4. In fact, Mina has 3, and so she's just a few away. So, and then the last thing I want to mention to you guys or share with you is a question. And that is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I want you to just think about that for a second. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Where do I see myself in 5 years? Anyone want to share what comes to mind? This is a safe space. Okay, nobody's going to hear what we're talking about in here except YouTube and Workplace. All right, I heard a beach in Maui. Oh, have you been to Maui?
No.
Maui is beautiful. Yeah. Okay, I love it. On a beach in Maui. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? We're wrapping up, Patrick, because they're like, man, where's Patrick? We want some. All right. Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Anybody?
Patrick's going to be on a beach in Belize.
A beach in Belize. See, we got the beach theme going on.
Yes.
Should have worn my flip-flops.
Mountains.
You want to be in the mountains?
Just to have a
Okay.
different place for the family to go.
Montana?
No.
Okay.
no,
She said no. She said it twice. Sorry, if you're from Montana, we didn't mean any disrespect.
Yellowstone, maybe. That'd be great.
Yellowstone. Okay.
That'd be beautiful.
So, anybody else?
Pay off the house that we're gonna build
Yes.
and allow my husband to never work again.
Pay off the house that we're going to build and allow my husband to never work again. Yeah. Anyone else? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'm gonna be, maybe around Dripping Springs area somewhere with a beautiful small house with a beautiful garden, with, having fun and traveling all over, being in the house maybe 3 weeks and then gone for 4 weeks and back and forth. But the most beautiful garden outside.
Building our queendom.
Beautiful.
A queendom. I like that. All right. Anybody else want to share? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
From a business 25 icon age.
All right. 25 icon agents in your group? Okay, good. You know, it's very interesting when you, Gary Keller met with me in 2008, and he asked me this question: where do you see yourself in 5 years? And for me, it was, paying it forward, giving back, sharing the knowledge that I have. But it wasn't hustling and grinding. I haven't heard anybody tell me, oh, I want to be on the hustle, I want to be on the grind, I want to be working 60 hours a week, I want to work 80 hours a week. Most of you are telling me that you have a vision for a carefree lifestyle. right? A life that is lived by design, not by default. And I got to tell you, I've never seen, I made my first $1 million when I was 29 years old. Actually made $2 million that year. I've made millions of dollars every year since then, okay? And the last 20 years, I've been making millions of dollars, but I've never, in any business, okay, and I've had 7 businesses, I've never in any business seen an opportunity like the one you guys have right now with EXP Revenue Share. There is no opportunity like it that I've ever seen, okay? We have people making $900,000 a month. We have, in our group, in our upline, okay, we have Curtis Johnson making $300,000-400,000 a month. We have Kevin and Fred, who you guys all know and have, most of you have seen, making $110,000 a month. Last month they made $110,000. You got me making close to 20 grand a month. And this is an opportunity for everyone. We just hit 60,000 agents. Our goal is to grow to 67,000. Yesterday we hit 67,000. We had 955 agents join last week. Was it last week? 1,000 a week are joining. And we want to grow to 500,000 agents in many, many countries within the next 5 years, okay? So we're only 15% built out.
1 million total agents in 208 countries.
1 million agents within 10 years.
Yeah, within 208 countries.
And by the way, there's about 25 million agents worldwide by estimates. We want 1 million of them, okay? And we believe we can do it. We're the largest, cloud-based brokerage in the world right now. So with that, Patrick is going to share with us his vision for, and let me just say real quick about Patrick as I introduce him. Patrick came into the group as a whirlwind. I think he brought in like 6 or 7 people his first week or 2 weeks. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, he wasn't even on my radar. He came in through Will Gilliam. He was never formally introduced to me. I'd never talked to him before he joined. I just saw him putting people on the board, right? His own production plus people. And so I had to have him come on up, brother, and share, because he has a passion, I think, that exceeds my own for, and he has a vision, and you're going to hit it, aren't you?
I'm gonna try.
You're going to absolutely do it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So with that, let's get you turned on. And Patrick absolutely does not need a microphone, but for the sake,
That's true.
but for the sake of live stream, we're gonna have him use it. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm not doing anything funny, y'all. All right.
I love you, Knolly.
All right.
So I don't need that, or I do?
Yeah, you do need this
Okay.
just for the live stream.
May I move this computer just for a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kick it to the curb, it ain't mine.
I like the whole podium thing. Is that okay? Awesome, thanks, bud. Well, good morning.
Should have recognized.
Appreciate that introduction, Knolly. As he said, my name's Patrick Kelly, and I joined EXP 6 months ago. And yes, I hit the ground running. Who wouldn't, right? Once you see the opportunity that is in front of you, like Knolly said, it's the biggest opportunity that I've ever seen for me and my family and all the others that come on board with me. That's the great thing, is you not only have a chance for your success, but what else do you have in your arsenal that can help 20, 50, or 100 people gain financial freedom? I got it right away. In fact, so let me tell you a little bit about me. I get all over the place, so forgive me. I've never done this before, so I got excitement and nervousness all at once. But my good friend Will and Deb, my wife Valerie and I live in Horseshoe Bay. We were with RE/MAX for several years. They're in Horseshoe Bay, one of the top brokerages. And then we decided to branch out and start our own business back in August of 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. That's just the way that we roll, I guess. And then about 6 months later, we socialized with Will and Deb, and we were at a club event, and I think I was on my way to get a glass of wine, and Will tried to tell me about EXP, and I just kind of shoved him off. And about a month or two later, he sent me a really well thought out email. When it comes from a friend, you give it a little more attention than somebody you don't know. So I read a great email, and he had just sold a bunch of stock, made a ton of money, bought a boat, and I was like, okay. I mean, we live on the lake. I'm reading. Maybe I'll get invited on that boat. And he said, look, this is what I want you to do. Just do me one favor, Patrick, for our friendship. Just watch this video. And he had the model explained. Brent Gove. 38 minutes. I looked at it and I was like, 38 minutes. Okay, I got that. And I watched it. And I was late at night. I was sitting on the couch, turned off the TV. I watched that video. And I couldn't control. I got goosebumps literally right now. I don't know if you can see them. But I just like, wow, this is an opportunity for me. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times in life when I hear about these opportunities, they've like already peaked and they're in the decline, and I'm like, I got in too late, right? So I watched it again immediately, and I almost woke up my wife. But the next morning over coffee, I said, you've got to watch this. And so we hit the ground running. In fact, we joined in May, and the first week, you got to use whatever you have in your arsenal to be successful. For us, we're members of the club in Horseshoe Bay. It's a nice place. We rented a ballroom and invited all of our friends, all of our family, my sister, everyone that, not only everyone that we knew that was a real estate agent, but people that we thought would make great real estate agents or in a transition, I invited my my number one escrow agent with a title company that I like, because who knows better who's unhappy in their brokerage than her, right? So she came, one of our lenders came, and we served a steak lunch. And I just kind of got ahead of this before I really thought about it. I've never done anything like that. And all of a sudden I got 25 people in the room. I think Knolly, goes, Will, who is this guy? What is he doing? And so he just thought, me and Josie are coming because we got to watch. It's either going to be really bad or maybe it's going to be fun. And so, I got up there. I studied the model explain and researched EXP so much over that week, because once you ever done something and right as you did it and press send or whatever, you're like, oh crap, I can't believe I did that. So now I got all these people coming, so I don't want to disappoint. So I really studied and researched my presentation and basically just gave the same presentation that each and every one of you can access on the EXP website, the US presentation. And that's what I roll with every time. So I presented to 20 people. Some people didn't make it. We did it again. And yeah, we signed up a lot of people at first. I only had my wife to move over, a part-time agent, and a full-time agent. So there's 3 right off the bat. Everything else I've had to get one by one. And I've learned a lot in 6 months. But yesterday we added our 12th agent to our team in 6 months. So we're ahead of our goal. We're very proud of that. And we've got several more coming. Stacy is becoming phenomenal. And we did a presentation Wednesday in Georgetown to 3 agents that she brought in. And I think all 3, I've gotten to the point now where I just say, okay, are you joining XP or not? Kind of like, do you get this or do I have to do it again? And all 3 of them raised their hands. They're all 3 going to join on Stacy's team. So she's going to surpass me. It's my sister, by the way, Stacy. So anyway, so Valerie and I are loving what we do. We've had more fun than we've ever had. And our team is just recently having a growth spurt that we're like, okay, now we really have to get serious. We got to do some things that Knolly does, keep everybody involved and included, because NAR says that 80% of agents leave their last brokerage because they didn't feel a part of community there. And so that's really important. Once you take somebody out of their environment and bring them over to us, I'm learning you really have to check in on them, make sure they're okay, plug them into different resources. So that's been fun, and I'm going to be visiting with Knolly and Will a lot about that, because they're my mentors ahead of me, and I need to get better at that. So a couple of things that I'm going to share with you, because already I've wasted 5 minutes. I apologize. But I want to share some nuggets that I've learned. We right away, before we even switched our license over, signed up for Scottsdale. Did any of y'all go to Scottsdale? Raise your hand if you did. Okay, it was a great event right off the bat. You talk about supercharging what we were already supercharged. We came home and really got serious about rev share. So I'm a note taker and a kind of a nuggets guy, right? When I give a presentation, I love to find 1 or 2 nuggets to add to my presentation. And that's basically what I've been doing for 6 months. So I'm going to share some of the nuggets that I have if you're interested in rev share. Is there anybody in here interested in growing their rev share organization? Okay, so y'all aren't. You're going to have to forgive me for a few minutes if that's okay, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of go over some things that some of these things you've heard from other people. Even in this room, Fred and Kevin did a great event with Curtis Johnson a few months ago. And, they just boiled it down to 4 simple steps. I call it 4 steps to success. The number one thing you need to do is you need to make a really big list. Not a little list on an index card, but a really big list. Go ahead and pass those out if you don't mind. And this is something that they did. No, just one, just the list, not the wealth chart yet. Just that, okay? So we don't have time to do this now, even though they had us do it in the room. Just take that, take it home, and fill out every single line on that list. And you'll be surprised at when you think of people that you haven't thought about in a while. Go through your phone. Think about deals that you've recently closed with other agents that you enjoyed working with them. I've reached out to a few people that way. In fact, one of them that will join soon the one that joined yesterday, I had a closing with on Wednesday. Even though one of my agents has brought her on. And then another one that's joining soon, I loved working with her. So I'm getting some really good people, which makes it even more fun, right? So title companies, lenders, really just anybody that you've done business with that you would like to bring. That's another thing is you get a choice. You know, we don't want a bunch of bad people. We've got a few agents in our community that I would not invite to my team. I'll be honest with you. I mean, that's the truth. But we have a lot of great people, and so it's more fun that way. So with that said, I want to, with that big list there, I want to do the next step in the 4 steps. So you make a big list, you reach out to them periodically and often, okay? Send an email once a month or however your personal setup is to success. And then you'd set up a 3-way call. And if you've been to Dallas a few months ago in August, that's all they're talking about now is just boil it down to 4 simple steps that work. I kind of went the long way and thought I was going to do it my way, and I had some great success. And I think that Will and Knolly kind of, they probably wanted to educate me a little bit, but you kind of let the stallion get tired before you go and talk to him. Not that I'm a stallion, okay, but you know how that is. But now I'm really starting to take the things that work. For example, like the model explained. I thought the other day, well, gosh, that sold me. And all he did was send me an email and with a link. So I'm recording a lot of my presentations now, and I've got a YouTube channel and trying to get relevant on social media because those things help. But the 3-way call, I've been on 1 3-way call, and it was with Will. Tell you the truth, it was a disaster, but that was because of me, because I didn't know how it went. So what I thought I would do is, can we do a little mock 3-way call between Knolly and Will and I? Do you mind? Will, you come up here first? Because this is really, I believe, this is what my agents are doing now with success, so I pay attention to that. Hey, Will, so we just finished lunch. I invited Will to lunch. I said, Will, hope you enjoyed lunch. It's on me, and now that I've told you a little bit about EXP, do you like it? Are you interested?
Yeah, it's intriguing. I see possibilities, definitely.
Well, I've got an idea. If you want to learn a little bit more, because I've kind of shared the brief outline, but I've got a team member and a mentor of mine, Knolly Williams. You've probably heard of him. He's an author. He's a coach, and he's very successful. And he is a guy who could tell you more about EXP. If I could maybe set you up on a 15-minute call in 2 days, today's Friday, maybe Monday, 2 o'clock, would that work for you?
Perfect.
All right, great. Okay, so I'm going to email you on Sunday night. Just make sure that you still got that 15 minutes of time. Cool. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right, Knolly, come on up.
You bet.
So now we're on Zoom, so imagine that we're on Zoom.
Zoom.
So you go over here. You go right here for me.
I know we're going to do this, by the way.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
I mean, impromptu works, right?
Do it.
Hey, Knolly, I told you about my friend Will.
Yeah.
Will is a broker in my area, a great friend. Everybody likes working with him, and he's got a great team. And we met and talked about EXP, and he wants to hear a little bit more. So I thought, who better than you to just kind of take him to the next step as far as information. And, as I told you the other day, Knolly's the guy. I mean, he's an author. And so I just want you guys to visit a little bit and ask him questions, and he'll answer them.
Now let's actually step up a little closer.
And then I step back, and I'm out of the picture.
All right. So obviously you've taken the 3-way training.
Yes.
All right, brother. There he is. So this is actually how it works. So he steps out and really can mute himself. Now, if you're on Zoom, you may not actually hit mute because they see that you're muted and it kind of they remove. But just don't speak. Like totally. So now.
Zip.
So now it's me, what we call the senior partner. Okay, I'm the senior partner, and then it's Will. So say, hey, Will. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. It's
Like
really,
the hat, man.
and by the way, we're not in person, but we could be, okay? It's really good to meet you, man. Patrick's told me a lot about you. What I like about Patrick is his tenacity. He was a big producer before he ever came to me. We iron sharpens iron, so we've been helping each other. And he's a great leader. He has a vision. He knows where he wants to be in 5 years, and he is rocking it. So I'm so happy that you guys met. So you see what I did was I edified right away, the Patrick who brought him, so that's very important. Now the next thing you want to do on a 3-way is you just want to ask the person, there's 2 questions, okay? So Will, let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning I'm never going to join EXP ever, 10 being I'm ready to join today, where would you say you are?
About an 8.
About an 8, great. Well, what would make it a 10, Will?
You answer I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
So I just need some clarity.
Right. So that's a great way to start the conversation. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself? And I clarify what 1 is and I clarify what 10 is. and then I allow him to say. So what would make it a 10? So what he's saying is he's an 8. If I can get him to a 10, he'll join. Okay? Because a 10 means I'm joining today. All right? Now, another great question you could ask is this question here. Pretend I didn't ask about the 1 to 10 question. So Will, man, it's so good to talk to you. I just edified, you know. Now, what excites you most about EXP?
What I liked that I didn't see with anything else is an exit strategy.
An exit strategy, great. Okay, is there anything else that excites you about it?
Well, the rev share is part of the exit strategy. I think the technology, I definitely don't want to miss the Amazon / Netflix opportunity. I'm not going to miss this boat.
Gotcha, right. So what I did there was I just found out what is important to him. Like now if I say, hey, what'd you think about EXP? That opens it up to, well, but I say, what excites you most? What did you like most about what you saw? Okay, so that gets it off on a very positive note, and then I know what to focus on, you know, in our conversation. Because for some people, they could care a rip about revenue share. Like Mina was not interested in revenue share at all when she, and so that wasn't the track. She wanted to get into production, right? Now, one thing that revenue share will do for you is it will cause and create and allow you to become the leader that God has created you to be. You just heard Patrick say that now he's realizing that he's got to get his systems tight, get community going. It calls you up. So even though those of you that aren't opting to do this right now, at some point when you decide to be in leadership, this is going to be the path for you. So, all right. So, Will, tell us about tell me about yourself.
Well, I've been in the business about 13 years and been an independent.
Okay.
And I just, forever, I just didn't want to, why give up my independence? I mean, Keller Williams is always coming after me. It's like, why do I want to drink their Kool-Aid?
Right.
I'm not going to drink anybody's Kool-Aid. I'm mixing my own margaritas. I'm having fun. Then here comes EXP. It's like, oh, Lord. Yeah. But then, you know, Patrick is a good friend of mine, and if he did something earth-shattering, it's worth listening and watching and listening to and exploring further. So it's because of him that got me to hear it. Is like, okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we're doing I know we're short on time.
I get 3 extra minutes,
Yeah,
just
we'll
so you
go
know.
over a little bit. But,
And I get 3 extra minutes.
That's all right.
It's coming off of yours.
Yeah.
Okay, hurry up, Knolly.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But just real quick, so the whole thing is I'm not selling him EXP. He's already watched the model. I'm not even talking about EXP. I want to find out about him. I want him to share about him. Now the next thing that I do, very simple, is I just answer his questions. That's it. So Will, I know you've got questions. You mentioned you wrote down some questions. Let me write them down on my end as well, so we can come up with an agenda for our call, what we're going to discuss. Okay. And by the way, I've got us down for 30 minutes. Is that still good for you time-wise?
Sure.
Okay, great. So what are your questions? Now he would just tell me his question, like.
Well, we don't have time for it now,
Okay.
but
But he would, and usually the person would tell you one question.
yes.
And I say, well, are there any other questions? Well, yeah, I kind of wondered about this. Great. Is there anything else? Yeah, I kind of have a question about that. Oh, great. Well, are there any other questions? And usually they'll have 3 or 4 questions. You write them all down, right? Because if you just answer one question, then he might have, you don't know what your agenda is. So as you go through the agenda, they might have 10 questions. You're like, look, we got 30 minutes. What's most important to you of these 10 questions? And they'll say, well, I want to know this, this, and this. And then we go through those. Make sense?
Thank you, Knolly. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
By the way, those of you that want to see more of this and have a training on it, go to knolly.com/3WAY. Knolly.com/3way. And we've got all the training on 3-way calls there.
All right, so I'm out of time, but there's 2 other things that I do want to show you. For those of you interested in RevShare, have you ever seen the wealth chart? Have you ever seen the wealth chart online? Anybody's? Okay, so I have a wealth chart that I made. This has become like my little best friend. What? Well, they can't read it from there, but okay. You probably can't read everything, but I'm passing you out a copy of it so you can make your own.
I'll hold it for you.
Okay, you got it?
Vanna White.
All right, thank you. All right, so this just basically goes over my organization, my hopes, my aspirations, dreams, goals, everything, okay? The very top, these are my frontline qualifying agents. I have 6 right now. I have 2 unqualified agents that obviously haven't done a deal yet. And then I've got these 5 on my frontline. Oh, no, excuse me, these 4 on my tier 2, okay? So these are people that my agents have brought on, and they're my tier 2. These are in process that should join in the next 30 days through myself or my other agents. So this is kind of my snapshot of a picture, okay? These are some goals that I have. I want to have 20 agents within the first year. I'll probably have them by the end of this year. And then on 10 every year. I eventually want 50. I actually want 60 agents because, as you can see here, not all agents are qualifying. So rev share is very important to me. So if you get 40 agents and you unlock tier 7, that's great unless 3 or 5 or 8 of them don't do a deal in 6 months, right? And then you lose that money, you lose that rev share on tier 7 or tier 6, what have you. So I want to pad it and I want to get 60 so that at least 40 are qualified so that I can tap into tier 7, all right? So here just, some snapshot numbers. If I have 8 agents on tier 1, that's potentially $22,400 a year. I have 4 on tier 2, that's potentially $12,800. So that's $35,000, almost $3,000 a month, in my first 6 months. So that's great. I can't wait to double, triple that and grow that, right? So here's some freedom numbers. Have anybody ever told you about a freedom number? To me, a freedom number is how much income a month would you need to stop selling real estate and go to the beach or realize whatever dream you have, mountains, you name it. Mine is $12,500 a month. $12,500 a month, I could stop selling real estate and focus 100% on this. Right now, I focus 25% of my time each day on rev share. And then so that's 25 on your Frontline could earn you 70. 25 on your tier 2 could earn you 80. That's my 150 a year, 12,500 a month. So that's what I'm striving for, or my goal. These are some working hots that have been interested, but I still have work to do. They all start down here. This is my most important part of my wealth chart. These are my hit list. If I keep all of these squares full, I will eventually get them up here and get them over here. You follow? So I use bright colors just because I'm that way. But here I've got some that are in process. I've got 6 people that are actually getting their real estate license right now to join our team at the first of the year. So none of these are real estate agents. They're just friends and family that have said, oh my gosh, can I tap into that? Yes, you can. And then my little general, Stacy's my general. I mean, this week, like I said, I presented to 3 of her agents in Georgetown. They all 3 are going to join her rev share group. 2 weeks ago, I presented at my office in Horseshoe Bay to 2, and I asked them, are you joining the XP? Absolutely.
Was Stacy very excited at the beginning to join you at EXP?
Yes.
She was at the beginning?
Yes. Now
Those are sticky notes. You bought those, right?
Yes, Office Depot, everything.
I love that.
Everything here.
I like colored sticky notes. It's so
That's just the way I like, color. I don't know. It's just me. I'm weird. But
No, colors.
I did all of this at Office Depot. Sorry about that. So I took the chart. I emailed it to Office Depot, told them how big I wanted it. I had them laminated. At first, I was just going to write on it with my dry erase, and they don't come off. It's like I'm scrubbing with Windex. That's no good. So then I bought all these at Office Depot.
I like the sticky notes.
Thank you. So yeah, Stacy's excited. Stacy capped. She's my first agent to cap.
All right.
I've capped this week, so there's out of all of us, the 2 of us have capped. And now Joy, who was going to be here today, she's got COVID, but she has brought in. I've presented to 2 agents of hers, and now 2 more next week who are going to come to Georgetown, but she got COVID. So they're on fire. They get it, and they're ready to build. So Stacy had to cap, get that locked up, and now she's focused the rest of the year on rev share.
And
So
Stacy capped in 90 days, 90 to 100 days.
yeah, she did.
Nice.
So anyway, so that's my wealth chart. So you have a copy. You can find it if you just Google EXP wealth chart. Just 1 second. There's like 8 different types. Pick the type that works best for you. And I will tell you, I look at this 5-6 times a day. It's always there. Okay? Yes, Artemis.
So what's the amount of real estate production to cap for those in the room?
2.7 million.
2.7.
Closed.
2.7 million, and the way to understand that better is you have to earn 80,000 in commission to cap. Okay, so 16,000 goes to EXP, you get 64,000 of 80, and then you cap for 100% at that point. That's another way to look at it.
Thank you.
So,
All right, I have one more thing.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All you.
Actually, 2 more things. This is another thing that'll help you, I promise you. If you haven't read this book and you're interested in rev share, buy this. Even if you're not, it's just a great book. Can everybody see it?
It's called Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers. Oh, you got the hard copy. Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
I got the soft copy there. See that?
So that's a great book, and it really will help your rev share growth business, okay? And it's helping me right now. Last thing, and I don't have time for this, but let me give you my email address. These are my bullet points that I've written down from all the events I've been to, Scottsdale, Fred and Kevin's here in Austin, in Dallas. These are from Jay Kinder, Chauncey Pham, you name it. So patrick@kellyrealtyteam.com. Send me an email and I'll send you these bullet points. Maybe you can add them into your presentation.
Or you can look him up on Workplace. He's right there.
Yep. Well, I got a new phone and Workplace isn't working for me right now, but I will get there. But anyway, thank you all. I'm sorry I had more material and I got a little sideways. Thank you, buddy. What?
Next time you get an hour.
30 minutes, probably.
Did he earn an hour?
Yeah, he did.
Did he earn an hour for next time? All right, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much, Patrick. That's very, very helpful, very practical as well. So next, we're going to bring up my man, Will Gilliam. And Will Gilliam has been sort of in my life for many, many years. You know, just through in the e-world, right? Just in the e-world. He had purchased some of my books, some of my systems, some of my training. He got an email from me, and we talked. You know, and it was really like a fairy tale story. You know, he's got 16 acres. He had 16 acres. He has his own brokerage. And, well, I should say, Deb and Will. Put Deb first. And she's the one that actually made the decision. So I'm super excited to be partnered with Will. I'm excited to hear what he's going to be sharing with us tonight as well. He is a leader. He is a leader. He's been leading Anthony for many endeavors for many years. And he also was a comedian, a stand-up comic. So he's going to make us laugh a little bit today, I'm sure. So without anything else, Will Gilliam in the house.
That's right.
Oh, and Icon agent, y'all. Icon agent in town.
Two-time.
Two-time Icon. Woo!
Yeah.
And he's got a nice dock.
And I have a really huge dock. Huge dock. Got to make sure how you say that. Because this one lady texted me, she said, man, I saw your huge. It starts with a D and ends with a K, but it wasn't dock. Anyway. Yeah. I did go there. But it was pretty funny. I thought, if you don't like that kind of stuff, please take the time, go now. Because we're here to learn and have fun. We're going to be, I call this time edutaining. Yes, are you cool with that?
Yes, sir.
And so thank you, Patrick. You're awesome. He is my general. And yes, I've known Knolly for quite a while. And we did communicate electronically through emails and texting about stuff. And I thought, is this guy for real? He is for real. And it's just a blessing and a, you know, coincidence. There is no such thing as coincidence. The Hebrew language is the oldest, and they don't have a word for coincidence. You know that? I consider it all divine appointment. And that's really, really kind of, right? Divine appointment. So by divine appointment, I'm here, and every talk should have a title. So my brain, like Patrick over here, ADD to the max. So I have a bunch of titles. It was going to be D-Day. It was going to be the 3 C's. And then WDIW. So what the heck does all that mean? Huh? D-Day. Today is D-Day for each and every one of you. What is D-Day? Decision. It's decision time. Do you know what the word decision means? Where it came from?
To decide.
To decide. But do you know the root? It's Latin, meaning decidere or something like that. Huh? That's right. That what she says. But it's a word that means, the D means off, and then the cidir means to cut off. Now, do you know that? So today, did you know that? No. Today you're going to decide. And you know, and I heard earlier talking about goals, and I love this because every speech should start with a quote, I think, or a joke. And since I was a comic for a long time, people say, tell me a joke. I don't do jokes. So the quote, I heard it earlier. What's your goal? It's 20,000 or 20 million or whatever. I'm going to try. Hey, y'all want to come over later? I'll try. You hear that? How often do we use I'll try? That's a nice, polite way of saying, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it today, any day. I'll try. Yeah, sure. Y'all coming over this weekend? I'll try. No. Hell to the no. I'm not. So you can't. Okay. So Yoda. Everybody familiar with Yoda? Yeah. We got some youngsters in the room, so I'm thinking Yoda. I love Yoda, and my favorite quote all time probably is Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. Remember? He was telling young Luke Skywalker. And Luke says, oh, Yoda, I'll try. And Yoda sticks him with a stick, his little stick. Do or do not. There is no try. So when you're going to reach your goal, I'm going to try. What? You're going to do. And when you do goals, be big. What do they call them at the Tony Robbins thing? Big, hairy, audacious goals. And you're like, well, then Grant Cardone has 10X. All right, so, and then there's the normal people say, make sure they're realistic. You did 5 million last year. You might want to go maybe 6. Okay, I'll just do 6. Now, what if you go for 20 million? And you know what? You fall short of your 20 million to here. Hello, you're at 18. But if you listen to the other guy, if you'd have just gone for 6, could have done that. Don't do that. Absolutely do not. But it is that time of the year when I know Artemis is going to talk about it, but it's that time where we need to be thinking about what are we going to do for 2022? Because what you do today, I guarantee come January, you're like, man, this kind of sucks. I don't have anything in the pipeline. What'd you do in October? Nothing. What'd you do in November? Nothing, honey. That's right. You've got to be doing. And I'm on this path of discovery in a sense. I learned in the last month, and I'll admit it, because admitting it's the first step to recovery. Yeah, I'm complacent. And I've talked to a lot of realtors, and realtors all around the nation. You know why we are so distracted and we don't do the things we need to do? We're complacent. I'm happy. I'm content. I'm comfortable. You want me to do what? Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Our technical director back there, get your ass over here. I said ask. Get your ass over here. So we're complacent. And when you're complacent, that's a bad place to be. You cannot be complacent. And today, you swing a dead cat in Austin or anywhere, you're going to hit 20 realtors. Am I right? You're going to hit a realtor, right? Horseshoe Bay. You swing a dead cat. It's Halloween, so it's time to swing cats. You're going to hit a realtor. Shame, shame, shame. There's just too many of. Why should I hire you? Real question. Why not? Well, I can tell you why, because I know 20 I just swung a cat, hit 20 realtors. So why should I hire you? You in the back, cool beard. Why should I hire you? You're brand new. I have no idea. You want the answer? Get ready to write this down. Actually, this is tattoo worthy. 3 words. I get results. Write it down. Because ma'am, I'll wait. Yeah, you, right there. Why you?
I get results.
I get results. Because they're going to ask you, right? And if you're brand new, I get results. They're not going to well, hell, what's my follow-up question? Don't have one, do you? No. Another question. You ever sold a $10 million house? Man, that's a good question. No, I haven't. But I know how. Write that down. No, but I know how. Pretty important, right? But today you have to decide. Am I gonna keep training? Today you're gonna decide a bunch of things, but the one thing I want you to decide is you're gonna go pro.
Absolutely.
I want you to go pro. 90% of realtors are amateurs?
85%?
No, I would say 95. There's always that 3%. That 3%. It's amazing. 3% always comes up in the real estate world. 3% of the realtors do 97% of the business. Are you a 3%er? And then there's good old Pareto. He says 80-20 rule. And it always works out. 80-20 rule. It always works out. How's that? It's like gravity. But 3%. I want to be that 3% that's always going to do it. But you got to decide to do it. And you can't get complacent. You got to be hungry. Hungry. And there's a guy we were watching lately, Coach Burke. Got to give him a shout out. He has a book coming out called Flip the Switch, and it's very similar, kind of what you're going to be talking about. So that's why I said it's going to segue. Everybody said, I need to find my motivation. Really? What's that going to do? You're going to get all excited for about an hour. He's talking about activation. Fuel the prey drive. What is the prey drive? Man, prey. They're out there looking for that next meal, right? Nah, man, I look at all the food I've had. I'm not hungry. You need to tap into that prey drive. Remember, we just had that little training the other day. Yeah. Tap into that prey drive. Yeah. Intrinsic. Man, he makes it look easy. Yeah, because it's natural. It's what I am. It's who I am. And we as realtors, we need to tap into that. Is this just a job? It should be your vocation. What you're called to do. What you're geared to do. God made each and every one of us. Doesn't it say in the Bible? Yes, he has a purpose for us. Right. Yes, what kind of purpose? To make life hard for us? No. What does Jesus say about life? Abundantly. Live big. Go big or go home, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. When we talk about when you decide, and everybody's heard the old, and where were we? In Arizona, we heard about burn the boats. Burn the boats. You ever heard that? Burn the boats. Hernan Cortez, 1513, he goes to some island, and he's got 10, 11 ships, and all his guys get off, and they face this hostile tribe, and this group, and they're like, oh, crap, what do we do? Burn the boats. He burned 11 out of the 10 boats. So the guys are like, he burned 10 out of the 11 boats. Testing to see if you're paying attention. Why did he burn those boats? Cut off. Yeah. There's no choice but to go kick some, survival mode. Yeah. Burn the boats. And, some of the things we have to do as realtors, I tell everybody, this is the easiest job in the world. I mean, good God, is this not the easiest job in the world?
It is.
How often are we sweating? Do we need to know how to do tools, operate heavy machinery? No. Pretty easy. Yet it's the hardest job in the world. And Peter Drucker, anybody ever heard of Peter Drucker?
Yes, sir.
He said business, what's the goal of business? The purpose of business is to get new customers. Think about it. We as realtors, you get your license, man, you're dangerous now. And you just think your phone was going to ring? Well, I got a KV Core. Man, that's a lead generating machine. You got to do something. You have to do something, right? If you don't, come January, you're like, man, this sucks. Man, why does it suck? Because you didn't do anything. You got to do. And like you were talking about, your sphere of influence, people that know you, love you, trust you, start with them. What are they going to say? Oh, no, I'm not, no, they're going to listen to you. And you don't have to interview. You don't have to go in and take them a 50-page presentation. They're just like, how much are we going to sell it for? Right? Pretty simple. Pretty simple. All right. We talk about goals and dreams and stuff like that. I love this. This is by Harvey McKay. A dream is just a dream. A goal is a dream with a plan and a timeline. And Artemis is going to be talking about 90-day goals. It's going to be important because we operate kind of in like 90 days, don't we? Especially now with crazy appraisers and surveyors. I mean, everything is pushed out. Got to be thinking about that. And everybody thinks, I'm afraid to make those calls. Call reluctance. Anybody here? Because if you don't, I'm going to say, liar. Truth ain't in you. Why are we afraid to pick up the phone, call the people we know, love, and trust?
Fear.
Fear. Where does that fear come from?
Survival.
The ego, right? Would you say the ego? Yeah. The ego's job is to keep you
Safe.
safe. I'm happy. I'm complacent. Leave me alone. No. Anybody know what a Navy SEAL is? Heard of the Navy SEALs? Their training is brutal, right? 9 months, I think it's 9 months. And then they have that 1 week of absolute hell. I forget what they call that hell week. Absolute hell.
That's what it's called.
It's called hell week, but there's a name for it. And they have a saying, embrace the suck. Embrace the suck. Not Will Gilliam saying that, it's the Navy SEALs. Those guys are tough. They're some bad hombres, are they not?
Yes, sir.
They would probably get this real estate gig and say, this is easy. Well, what about making calls? I made 100 today. Yow. Think about it. If you call 10 people a day, 10 people a day, people that know you, love you, trust you, and sent them 2 handwritten notes every day. 2 notes a day times 365, that's over 500. You think you're going to get a lead from that?
Yep.
As Medea would say, oh, hell to the yes. You're going to get some leads. Are you paying for them?
Nope.
Are you KV Core leads, Realtor.com leads, all those leads that come in, they're strangers. They don't care about you. They don't want to hear from you. Don't call them. Call the people that know you, like you, trust you. Well, I just closed that deal 12 years ago, and I don't know what to say. Hello? Sup? I know it's been a while. It's been crazy. How about this COVID thing? There, you're over it. You're over the 12 years. Get over it. Man up, woman up, and do the work. It's pretty simple. All right, where am I on time?
It's 11:13, and are you getting 5 more minutes?
I don't know.
That's fine.
So
Yeah?
11:13, you're supposed to be finished at 11:20.
All right, 11:20. All right, so by deciding to do the things we got to do, action diffuses fear. Did you know that? Am I asking Artemis? Of course he knows that. He lives this stuff.
It's in the magic of thinking big. One
Yep.
of the best books on personal development.
When you take action, your ego shifts from being afraid to make calls or whatever you're doing to the attention of that call. So just tell your ego, take a chill pill, baby. This is my life. And you got to remember too, as we talk about in EXP a lot, don't just call that person, it's all about the rev share. Find out what they're interested in first. And just remember, and as a realtor, you bring value. Why are you going to make that call? Because you're valuable. They need you.
Yeah.
Probably more than you need them. They need you. When you have that mindset, it's a key. That mindset and that attitude, I'm needed. I'm a beacon. And if you're a Christian, for sure you're a light.
Amen.
Are you not?
Sir. Amen. I value me.
Exactly. So we need to be thinking, I'm a beacon of light, and I bring value for people to have what? A better life. Is that cool or what? Is that pretty simple to do?
Yeah.
Simple, but hard.
Yeah.
Why is it so hard?
Ego.
Ego. That's that ego again. So we just need to look in the mirror and just say, hey man, I'm sorry, but this is my life and I'm going to run it now. You had your 60 some odd years of doing it. It's my time. It's my time. I'm taking over.
Yeah.
And you watch what happens. You'll be shocked.
Wow.
Yeah. This stuff works. TSW, man. Tattoo it on your hand. This stuff works. It's really pretty easy, but yet so hard.
Can we substitute the word stuff?
Yeah. 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 All right.
I choose to make it fun and easy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did I have one more note? Nope. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. Anybody here have questions?
Woo-woo.
Anybody got any ahas?
Any ahas?
Yeah.
Are you going to do or are you going to try?
Do.
Do it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Action diffuses fear.
Action diffuses. It really does.
Love that.
Yeah. And I think it was Tracy, what's his name? Brian Tracy wrote the book, Eat That Frog. What does that mean? Do the nastiest thing you got to do first. I mean, once that's out of the way, you're like, woohoo! Head to the yacht club, have a margarita, right? Because I did that nasty thing. All right.
I get results.
I get results,
Get
baby.
results. TSW.
TSW.
This stuff works.
That's right.
All right. So
Thank you, Will.
You're welcome.
everyone take a couple deep breaths in. Just breathe. Exhale.
You want me to introduce you?
No, we're good.
Hey,
Man,
Prime,
that needs
man.
no introduction. You guys have seen me on YouTube. You've seen me on Knolly's videos. It's like, I'm Artemis. Hey, everybody. So let me get my computer set up. Hey, Knolly, will you turn on the projector? Yeah. So everyone know that creation is done twice. Creation first begins in the imagination, and then you go from the imagination to reality. And what I want to start with is just a little guided visualization. I want to take you through some advanced visualization techniques that's going to connect you to your superconscious mind. How many know you have a superconscious? You have you have connection to infinite intelligence, insight, intuition, and creation is already finished. And God said, "It is good." Yeah. So all that you desire in your revenue share, all that you desire in your production, all you desire for your family, already exists here now. Amen. It's already here. And how many can feel what I'm saying? Like we all just drop down a bit and go, whoa, that's profound. So let's experience what that's like in some guided visualization meditation. And then let's take it into action through lenses. So what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit of visualization. I'm going to talk about my successes and accomplishments in the past 10 months to show you that this shit works. TSW. And this stuff. And then I'm going to just briefly go over lenses. Are we good? Okay, cool.
Where's your PowerPoint on it?
It's all right here. I got it set up.
Okay. Oh, you got it down there.
Yeah, it's right down here. Yeah. So everyone, close your eyes. For those of you watching right now, those of you watching the recording, really give yourself permission to get the most out of this experience. You know, I've been a coach for 25 years. I've served over 50,000 people. This is the language of miracles right now, what we're going to experience. And just place a hand on your heart. You know, as we think in our heart, so are we, Scripture says. So really just drop down to the center of your chest, take a deep breath in. Put your feet on the floor if your legs are crossed. Exhale. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. And as you exhale, just blow all the air out. Just exhale freely and easy. Really focus on a full exhale. And as you inhale, inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Drop down to the center of your chest. Feel your heart. Feel your values. Feel your purpose. Feel your passion for your real estate business. Drop down into the heart. Breathe into the heart. Inhale. Hold your breath at the top. Inhale and hold. Now slow exhale. Slowly exhale down just a little bit. Deep, deep breath in. Drop down to the center of your heart. Breathe in that sense of truth, values, purpose that radiates from your heart right now. Feel your heart. Relax your hand on your chest and just imagine your hand melting into your left breast. If your hand is in the center of your chest, just move it ever so slightly over to the left. Just feel your heart organ is right underneath your left breast, just left of the sternum right there. And really touch your heart. Feel your heart. Now imagine a beautiful white golden ball of light right above your head. Focus 8 inches above your head. This is where your soul enters your body. Focus on that ball of white light, pure crystalline white light. And imagine there's a dial right now, and I'm turning the dial from 6 to 7. As I turn this dial, this ball of white light gets brighter. This is like the light of the sun. You are a son of God. You are a daughter of God. And in this light, this infinite intelligence, beauty, truth. Turn it up to an 8, 8 to a 9, 9 to a 10. This bright, bright white ball of light right above your head is as bright as the sun of our solar system, as sons and daughters of God. And imagine that light is now coming down into your body through the crown of your head. Breathe that light in. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in that light. Feel that light come down into your brain, into 100 billion brain cells, into your neck, into your shoulders. Relax your neck and shoulders. Bring that light down into your heart. Let it just settle there. Now bring it all the way down into your legs. Breathe in, make the light brighter, make it more vivid. Turn the intensity up, make it brighter. Breathe that light in again. Breathe it down the center of your head. Imagine you're filling with light. Beautiful, crystalline, pure white light. All the colors of life in this one beautiful white ray coming into your body. Breathe it in. Now bring your hands and palms up, open up. Open up your hands, palms up, anywhere you like, in your lap, on the table. And now imagine this light is coming into your hands. See and visualize this light in your hands. It's glowing like two white orbs of light. And now see that light come back out of your hands. Exhale. It's leaving your hands and coming right back up to the crown of your head and coming back down through your body. And you're now like a battery of life force. Breathe in that light as it's coming in through the crown of your head. Exit out your hands. It's coming out of your hands back up to the crown of your head. How many can feel it? Let it get bigger. Breathe in. It's like a closed circuit of light coming in through the crown of your head, out your hands, in through the crown of your head, all the way down to your feet, up, back, out your hands. Breathe in. And focus on this energy that we're calling forth today. And ask this light, this universal intelligence, what is my true nature and purpose? Give me a symbol. As you connect with this infinite intelligence, ask yourself, what is my true nature and purpose? And go for that first symbol you just saw. Now fill that symbol with light. Let it glow, let it grow. Fill this beautiful symbol, the first symbol you saw, just with light. I live my true nature and purpose. I know who I am. Bring that light down into your body, out your hands. In through the crown of your head, down and out your hands. Let your true nature and purpose grow in you. As God said, before you were born, I knew you, and I separated you apart from others. I made you a prophet of nations. Breathe it in. Now imagine several years has passed, and you have built the real estate business and life of your dreams. Go out several years from now and just see yourself standing in the most beautiful scene, living the life you love, loving the life you live. Imagine several years has passed and you have total freedom of time, freedom of money, and freedom of purpose. You left this class today and you took action. You created the business you love. You created the branding, the marketing, the automation, the systems. You built it all, and you're now reaping what you've sown. All the fruits of your labors are in your hands, and you love your life. Go out several years from now. Look at this life. See it. Who's in this scene right now? Who do you see? What's the motion and the direction? As you go into this life you love, as you see and visualize the life you love, who's there with you? Breathe in. Take a deep breath in. Let the scene get more vivid. Be in it like a movie. As you surround yourself with the clients you love to serve, you're with your family, you're living the life you love, someone comes up to you and they say something to you that confirms your heart's desire. Silently in your mind, quote them. What are they saying to you? How do you feel hearing those words? Several years has passed, you're standing in the scene of the life you love. You love your life. You live the life you love, and you love who you serve. You love your brand. You love your marketing. You love your systems. You love your mentors. You love Knolly. You love all the people you're serving, and it's just getting bigger. And now from this imagination, what's new and different? What are you creating from here that's totally new? What are you creating? Draw forth that superconscious intelligence. What are you creating now that you're living the life you love? What's new in your creativity? What are you creating that's brand new? We are all children of God, made in His image. We are made from love. We are creators. We get to create what we love. And it's time. Yes, yes?
Yes.
Slowly open your eyes. How was that? Good? That's how I start my day. Yeah, that's how I start every day. So let me show you what I've done this year, and to really help you understand the tools of creation as I've learned them. You know, I've been a student of life for about 25 years. And I love learning the laws of creation. I love learning how creation happens. And a lot of us are either in a stuck pattern of creativity, or we're in an oscillating structure, or we step into a forward focus and we become creative. And 99% of agents that I meet are oscillating. They're in an oscillating structure. And to get out of oscillation, you need to understand what the pattern is and step into a creative structure. So I want to show you what I've created the past 10 months. Then I want to show you how I created it. And then I want to give you some training videos to teach you to do the same thing.
Yes.
You know,
We want all that.
yeah. So like, you know, learning is remembering what you already know. You know, as humans, you were given everything you need to create what you love. You know, well, my teacher Chris says you don't have to be worthy to have the life you love. You don't have to be good enough or learn more to just go create what you love. And so many of us are trapped in this, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable. And when you shift out of the oscillating structure, you got to get into a forward focus. And this is the shift that's been happening in me, this metamorphosis. Like, I've been going through a metamorphosis, and it's been really fun. And my real estate business is just the vehicle, it's the catalyst for it. So, can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Pardon me while I pull this document up. There it is. So in the past 10 months, I've launched 3 digital programs helping over 75 agents to create more effective branding, marketing, and automation. Make this a little larger here. I published and co-authored my new book with Knolly Williams, Triple My Listings Genius Edition, and created a customized membership site with online training systems for each book purchase. Excuse me, I'm a little nervous. It's like, here's what I've done. Yay! I generated 15 Facebook ads and 2 duplicatable new construction ads that brought in 870 leads into my real estate business in 10 months, with over $4 million in real estate transactions under contract, with another 7 to 10 deals on the way. And there's a picture of some of the ads I've created. This is a special features ad we call a waterfront property ad. So this is all the waterfront properties in Fort Lauderdale with one of my colleagues, Desiree Grant. She's an amazing agent in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now I'm in the process of building out the same Facebook ad system in San Antonio to grow a brand new pipeline of lead generation success there. Also in the past 10 months, I attended 3 major events with Knolly and our board of directors where we all grew immensely through the mastermind effect. Live events are where decisions are made. So it's good to attend live events. In the past 10 months, as a new agent, I've built a real estate team of 11 agents in 3 countries, including America, India, and South Africa. My vision is 10 countries of freedom agents building the life and business they love while creating legacies of freedom, purpose, and abundance. And there's my team. I also launched my new celebrity agent brand on YouTube with over 25 videos produced in the past 10 months. Many of them private, because I'll be launching a training system. I created the Freedom Agent Formula and the Freedom Agent Success Training System. I call it FAST. To inspire and educate 100 or more countries in becoming a freedom agent, an agent who's not hustling or grinding anymore, who has a clear vision, values, purpose, who understands who they are, who understands how to give value to their marketplace through branding, marketing, and automation. I have a 12-year background in direct response marketing and branding, and when I plugged my knowledge into real estate, it was like jet fuel to lead generation. It was like jet fuel to client attraction. It was jet fuel, and it's like, we're not salesmen in real estate, we're marketers. And the purpose of marketing is to make selling superfluous. Peter Drucker. You know, so when I created this formula, I've been coaching Knolly for 5 years, and I love that man with all my heart. And then he brought me all these agents with all these blocks and problems, and I was coaching them for several years, and I was like, well, this is the formula. This is what gets them from stuck to clear. It's these 5 elements. And I'm creating a 5-element business model for real estate, the first of its kind, to teach a holistic business model in real estate. Yeah, starting with your vision, your values, and your purpose, which is a clear mind. In the past 10 months, I've achieved all of this and a whole lot more I didn't put in the bullet list. Is that cool? Yeah. I mean, I've created all of that. And I did it with something called a forward focus. I stopped working on myself. About a year and a half ago, I woke up, it's like, hey, I'm already good enough. How many feel completely worthy for your success? None of you do. It's your ego. Your ego never feels worthy. Now, your superconscious mind and the Spirit of God in you is worthy. But we have this thing called our ego, which doesn't ever feel worthy or ever feel good enough or capable enough. And that's why you're trapped in an oscillating pattern. That's why you're going back and forth, back and forth. And when we do our one-day transformational events, I'll go deeper into this conversation because this is actually the most important conversation for entrepreneurs and agents to have, is to understand that you're not broken. And there's nothing wrong with you, and you don't have to be more worthy to go out and create what you love. And it's good to have a mentor, a system, and community to help you create it, but you're already good enough, you're already capable enough, you don't have to learn any more things. And so like a year and a half ago, I said, well, shit, I'm gonna start creating what I love. I'm gonna create a real estate team that I love to serve based on a holistic business model because that's what I love. I love teaching people how to become their highest potential, how to become their great self. You know, and a lot of us are here because we hold those values. You know, like many of us are here because we want to achieve our highest potential, but the name of the game is helping others do it. You know, that's the name of the game. And you know, like Ziggy said, if you want to get everything you want in your life, just help enough people get what they want in their life. And so I created a new model for real estate agents that I call the Freedom Agent Formula. This is about a 2-year project, but I went into a forward focus. I started creating what I love. I started creating content that I love. I created Facebook funnels that I love. I created a niche that I loved in real estate. I brought in 870 leads into my pipeline. And thank God for my wife, Crystal, who is a steel genius. She handles my KV core and all my emails and automation, so I can lean into my genius as a star profile and go take the vision to the marketplace. How many know your personality profile? It's good to know that so you can lean into it, because fortune comes after flow. Resources come after flow. And it's really important to understand this process I'm about to teach you, because it really helps you get into a forward focus. So I achieved all of this that I told you, 870 leads, $4 million in production, 10 more deals on the way, YouTube channel, videos, blah, blah, blah. By connecting with my superconscious mind, but also doing recodes, letting go of the resistance to who I truly am. Everyone say that, I am. I am. I am. I am. Yeah, put the emphasis on the am. I am. Do you see my am in that list? What's your I am? What are you creating that's going to help you stay in a forward focus to help you achieve the life and business you love for no other reason than you love it? Yeah. Touch your heart. Say, it's all for me. It's all for me. Yeah, and it's for others. And that's the paradox. You know, when you hear me speak in paradoxes, or Knolly, or Will, that's when God's talking to you, because paradoxes are universal laws in action. And there's a lot of paradoxes about the creative process. Like, why do we have an ego when we're infinite? You know? Why do we have this limitation called the ego when we're a child of God, made in His image? Is because when you go from spirit to matter, from soul into body, you take on a limitation to be in a limited universe. So you have to have an ego. It's what makes us limited. But it's not who you am. In the name I am. How many can feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's a lot of energy in my body right now. I'm like, woo! These are powerful truths, you know. And this lenses process I'm sharing with you right now, I've got a video on this, so if you're watching this or you want to connect with me on Workplace. To save trees, I didn't print out my 1-year business plan. But after I teach my agents their values, after I teach them how to get clear on their purpose and really get clear on alignment, you know, with their mindset, I take them into lenses because it's a forward focus. It's like, what do you choose to create? You know, you're a creator. You're not just an agent or a service provider or a salesman. You're also a creator, and you're creating something that requires structure and processes. So this is what I used over the past 10 years. And guys, I sucked at this when I first started doing it. Like, I was not good at it. So this process I'm about to walk you through was taught to me by my mentor, Christopher Michael Duncan. His book is titled You Are Not Broken. And Christopher Duncan is one of my greatest teachers on the planet. And he built a $20 million business in 3 years with this process. All of you can double and triple your production in a year using this process, or double and triple your agent attraction, or whatever you choose to do. And it's called lenses because we're using our forward focus like a lens. And so I have a 23-minute video on this teaching you how to do it, where I teach the 3 types of structures and how to get into a forward focus. And you have your 10-year vision, which connects to a 1-year objective. And then you have 90-day targets that then connect to 7-day weekly commitments and then a daily rhythm. And this is something that you fill out once, you follow it weekly, and then you fill it out again, and you follow it weekly. And then after doing it for about 6 months, you kind of get pretty good at it. But it takes practice. How many get it? Like, this is not something you're going to master in the first 90 days, but it's something you're going to put your attention on that gets you out of your reptilian brain. Everyone touch your base of your skull right here. So this is, got to go to that appointment, got to get that open house done, got to get that inspection, got to go get that lead, got to get that listing, okay, got to go put the sign up, got to, have to, must. How many know that part of ourselves? That's your reptilian brain. This process, lenses, is a neocortex process. So remember, you're wired to survive, ego, thriving is a choice, neocortex, vision. So you want to have a morning practice, you want to have a weekly commitment, you want to have a forward focus where you can see and use more of your neocortex. A lot of us are kind of asleep right here, but we're living from here. And when you start to use my lenses process, and I've distilled this down from Chris's process, because Chris's process was way too much information, it was too complicated, so I simplified it to the most essential steps. And I started using it for myself, and now I give it to my team. Oh, by the way, you can give this to your team, guys. The video is private unlisted, but share it with your team if you want to adopt it. You know, this is God's information. Like, none of us own any of this stuff. You know, this is the truth. This is how creation works. It's because if you want to get out of an oscillating pattern, you know, the Groundhog Day effect, and you want to get into a forward focus, it's good to have a structure. Yeah. It's good to have a forward focus. And so, you know, as we fill out lenses, the first thing we do is we create the 10-year vision in 4 pillars: finance, family, fitness, and fulfillment. And you can print this out and you can write out, like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? What's your financial freedom number? Whether they're recruiting or not doesn't matter. It's like, what's that freedom number? What are you contributing to your family? You write that down on page 2 of your lenses. How are you contributing to your family? Remember the 5 pillars of success: God, family, business, and then, God, health, family, then business and community. So we put God first, which is in our vision, our insight and intuition. Then we put our health, what's your morning practice, how are you feeding your body, how are you feeding your mind, and then we put our family, and then we put our business, and then our community. And so that's what you're seeing in these 4 quadrants, is those 5 pillars in action. A lot of us put our business before our health. How many get it?
I did.
Yeah. Until I was like, Knolly, come here. You steal, genius. You're so stubborn. Snap out of it. So this is page 2, which is finances, family, fitness, and fulfillment. And how many know you could revisit this once a year, you know? And like Stuart Sutton says, let's fill out our lenses now so that we're good with our weekly commitments a month from now, so that when January shows up, we got a forward focus. You know what I'm saying? So like, private message me on Workplace. I'll send you the lenses. I'll send you the training video, and you do it. Now, here's something very, very important. I'm going to say this again before I finish today. To know and not to do is not to know. How many people, like, they get a powerful training from Knolly or Artemis Prime, like, oh yeah, that's cool, and you leave and you don't even do it, you know? Right. You know, it's like, to know and not to do is not to know. And so it's actually good to do your lenses, and then to track your lenses, and then to experience the shift of your ego. You know, your ego can change through the transformation of the subconscious mind into the superconscious mind. You can change your patterns. It's hard at first, but it becomes easy through lenses. Because success is structural. It's not personal. Your success is not about your ego. It's structural. It's a forward focus. And it's giving yourself the values and the vision and the alignment. Like it's not fake it until you make it. It's be it until you see it. Patrick knows what I'm talking about. It's not fake it until you make it. All the behaviors that Patrick did over the past 3 months in recruiting is teaching his subconscious to be it. And then you will see it. It's not fake it until you make it. And so we don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take a long time. These are all beliefs in our society based on the ego gratification. The ego likes to trick us. And when you start to get into this vision, then you encounter all this resistance. Well, I'm not worthy of that, or this is hard, or you have all this internal dialogue, negative internal dialogue. Can I really do it? I mean, look at Knolly. He makes it look really easy. Can I really do it? You can if you plug into the structure. If you plug in to these lenses, you get to page 2, you have a long-term directional goal. So this is your 1-year objective for your real estate business. And what's that financial number that would prove you had a great year? December of 2022. Write it down. And then what are some other things like underneath that goal? Other than 1 year from now, what would prove to you that you had moved towards your vision? So what are you doing? Like, are you launching your brand? Are you creating a YouTube channel? Are you building marketing systems? Are you learning KV Core? I got 80 leads coming a month into my KV Core. You better believe I'm staying top of mind with those leads coming in. That's money in my bank. But last year I learned KV Core. I built a system. I plugged my wife into it. Thank you, Crystal. And I go out there and I lead from the front as a Blaze genius. So other than that, 1 year from now, what would prove to you that you moved towards your vision? And then once you fill out this page, you might take a recess. I talk about this in the video because there's a lot to this lenses process. So you just pause. And the pausing process is an important process of creation because it releases everything to the subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind is power without direction. Your conscious mind is direction without power. And so if you don't have what you want in your life, it's because there's a block in the subconscious. You haven't tapped into your power source. You haven't told your subconscious what you really desire, and it hasn't come into alignment yet. And so it's okay to release some things every now and then, give it to your subconscious, and go take a walk. Go work out. Mina likes to run. Mina, go for a run. Forget about that listing. Forget about that lead. Forget about that, forget about that next level of your marketing. Just go take a recess and then come back to your lenses tomorrow. So maybe you only fill out page 1 or 2 and you come back to it. And then page 4, now this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we get to access powerful, powerful creative process. Because you take your 1-year objective and you go, okay, in the next 90 days, what are the 2 or 3 things, no more than 2 or 3, that I need to do to move me towards that 1-year objective? And you fill it out, objective 1, objective 2. And then you get quiet. You get real quiet. You do that visualization technique I just taught you. You connect to your superconscious. You connect to infinite intelligence. God's infinite divine intelligence leads, guides, and directs me in all ways and at all times. And perfect health is mine. That's a prayer from Joseph Murphy from his book, The Power of Subconscious Mind. And you ask yourself a question. When you look at your 90-day targets, you ask yourself, what could I do in the next 90 days to move towards that 1-year objective? And what will I do? But ask yourself the question first, what could I do? That begins to access intuition to move in your 90-day. And the same is true for our weekly commitments too. What could I do this week to move towards my goals? And what will I do? Now, a lot of us are distracted. A lot of us, we get back into the old oscillating pattern. And we have to build this muscle called forward focus. So this takes about a year to build this muscle. Because so many of us have so many blocks in our subconscious mind. We have so much internal dialogue. We have so much stuff going on in our subconscious that it really requires a training system and block removal, which I'm building right now and I'll launch in January. Because I'm creating Jedi agents. I'm creating people who have the power of God in their vision, their values, and their branding. And I'm going to go out and create freedom agents all over the world. Because all of us deserve to be successful. Most of us don't feel worthy of it. Or good enough. And the biggest cosmic joke is that you're already good enough. You're already worthy. All you need is a mentor, a system, and community, Knolly, Artemis, and Mentorship Masters, and your lenses, and just go do the work. Just stay forward focused. Get out of your way of yourself, ego, and go create something. And there's different levels of creativity, so make sure you know where you are on the Wealth Lighthouse, because if you're a red level agent new, you can't do what orange level agents are creating, but you can create at the red level. So all of my training systems have quizzes that teach the agent where they are and who they are before they start creating, so they're not so freaking frustrated. Creation can be very frustrating if you're trying to do what Knolly's doing right now. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, so make sure you're asking good questions to your team, and you're giving the team the quizzes they need to understand, hey, be humble right here. Do this work. It's worth it, I promise, so that you can get to this level and do this work. So many real estate trainers and teachers are teaching out of order because they don't know that they're teaching out of order, but they are, and so it's really frustrating. And so when you look, and that was a little tangent for me, I'll get back on track. Apologize. No, Will taught me that. All right. So you fill out your quarterly objectives, and you fill out your weekly commitments. Now, this daily planning, I give it to you in 5 things. You wake up, hydration, movement, move your body, meditation, see the end from the beginning, do the 2. Hydration, movement, meditation, a little reading, journaling, do the 2. That's it for the last page. Now, for you still geniuses out there who love checklists and to-do lists, how many know I'm talking about? For those of you who like little checklists and to-do lists, and you can fill out your little checklist on this page every day if you want. You can print out 30 pages of page number 6. But like for me as a Blaze agent, I just want to stay focused on my weekly targets and my quarterly goals. For some of us who are right brain dominant, who love the big picture, let's just focus on weekly commitments. For the steel geniuses in here, it's good to have detailed checklists because it organizes your to-dos in your left brain, and you like that stuff. Now that you've learned lenses in like less than 10 minutes, don't worry, I have a 25-minute video that teaches this stuff. Share it. Share my video. Now that you've learned this lenses process, and if you want to use it as a forward focus, because remember what I just showed you? All that Artemis Prime did in the past 10 months, I did practicing this. I sucked at it for the first 6 months, though, but I was in a forward focus. Now I'm on point. Now, guess what I'm going to accomplish next year? Yeah. Be like a child. Be creative. You are made in the image of God. What is His image? Love. Yeah. And so, like, if you're in a forward focus creating what you love, who do you love to serve in your real estate business? Go find a niche and serve them. Who do you love to train and teach in your real estate team? Go create a brand and a marketing system. Go attract them. But make sure that you're in a forward focus. You do this lenses process once, and then if you want to use it as an accountability system, you print out page 5 every Friday or Saturday. You review your weekly commitments. What did I do? What didn't I do? You go back and you put the stuff that fell through the cracks on the next page of weekly commitments, and on Monday, you start again. You see the genius of that? So it's the weekly commitments and the quarterly targets that really creates the magic of forward focus. You need to have a 10-year goal. Everyone say this, pulled by my vision. Yeah, pulled by my vision. Powered by my purpose. Yeah, and my values. Yeah, so, my values are wealth, creativity, contribution, purpose, freedom, family, and community. And so whether I'm out selling new construction properties at Perry Homes or attracting agents, I'm giving wealth, I'm contributing, I'm adding creativity, I'm adding my values. Knolly and I were having a conversation about lead generation. A lot of our agents are just lazy with lead generation. Unlike Knolly, they don't value their business. Yeah. And here's the thing, guys. If you don't know your values and your vision and you don't learn how to put that into your business, you're not going to be consistent with your lead generation. A lot of light bulbs. Yeah. Wise as a serpent, loving as a dove. Sometime I'm going to smack you in the face. And we can teach our agents this stuff, and the biggest thing they need is accountability, which is why we're here. Which is why I'm here, which is why I'm filming as many videos as I can before January, because come January, I'm going to go build a global team I've got a 20-year agent in Mumbai, India, joining this week. I've got one of the top 50 agents in South Africa joining in January. You know, I've got leaders, generals, that are going to have the world-class training and education for our agents in 10 countries. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it, guys. Why not? I mean, this is an amazing thing we have called EXP. Let's go do it. And if you're into production, do production. Get to orange. That's good, you know. And then when you get to orange, if you choose to build a team, you can build a team. That's good too. But, you know, recruiting is not for everybody. Turn this thing off. Sorry, this thing's blinding me. Yeah. Yeah. Pulled by your vision, powered by your purpose, moving from a stuck pattern or oscillating pattern into a forward focus, knowing that you're already good enough. That's really the essence of this class today. It's really understanding that you may have been oscillating, you may have been stuck, but it's not who you are, and the lenses process is the most powerful tool I can give any agent, and myself included, to move out of oscillation. And then the ego and the subconscious mind, which are one and the same, starts to shift. You start to put your focus on something new. You become what you focus your attention upon. So you may need to sit down with your mentor and look at your lenses with your mentor and review your 90-day targets and yearly commitments, because some of us, if we're dynamo and blaze genius, we set our targets too high. We might set our goals outside our sweet spot. And then for some of us who are like steel and tempo, we love the details, we love the processes, but we're just stuck in the weeds and we lose sight of the vision. So every one of your agents has a different genius, and depending on where they are and who they are, we need to mentor them and show them we need to help them refine their forward focus, because they might be setting the goal too high and skipping steps. Man, that's so fucking frustrating, excuse my French. But like, you know, entrepreneurship there's a game to entrepreneurship. There's a language, there's a game we play. There's something called your zone of genius. There's something called the Wealth Lighthouse. And when you learn how to play the game, you create your lenses from that game, and then business becomes easy. You know, the creative process is supposed to be fun. How many of you are having really a lot of fun doing what you're doing? Yeah. And that's because you've mastered the basics. You've mastered the fundamentals. And so for some people filling out your lenses, you know, be humble, go to your mentor and say, does this look good? And for others of you who are just trying to do too much at once, get in your damn lenses. You know? Get back into my girl back there, she's like, you got me. I'm trying to do too many things at once. I got shiny object syndrome. Shiny, squirrel. You know? And so for you, weekly commitments. Yeah. I'm picking on her, you know? Now, I am so easily distracted, it's not even funny. I love people, I love shiny objects, it's got to be fun for me. So sometimes, some weeks I forget to print out my weekly commitments. And I was like, okay, focus, Artemis, focus, print out your weekly commitments. Okay, slow down, write it out. You know, so I have to slow myself down. So for some of you, you need to get your lenses done, and for others, you just need to review your lenses. So if you want the PDF for that, I'll send it to you on Workplace. I'll also send you my video on it. And let's build the muscle now, like Uncle Stuart says, Uncle Knolly says, let's build this muscle of a forward focus now in this last quarter. And then when January gets here, let's turn on the Holy Spirit. Let's get into our morning practices. Let's build our vision for the world. There's more than enough deals out there for all of us. How many know that? Yeah. There's more than enough real estate transactions out there for all of us. There's more than enough time. How many feel like you're running out of time sometimes? Yeah, that's okay. Remember, when you ask, it is given. Allow. You know, all that we desire in the freedom of our vision is actually here now. And so when you go into your morning practice and you do these exercises, it's so that you can be pulled towards it. And then if you're going to take something from the imagination and bring it into the physical, you got to build business. You got to build, you know, a brand and a database and go out there and generate leads and incubate leads and convert leads. So you got to have a structure to follow. And the paradox is it already exists, but you step into the structure and you create it. And that's how we go from the invisible to the visible, from the imagination into reality. And we're all doing this to some degree, but your lens is just it's like a lens. It's just getting you that focus. So thank you all. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Yeah.
Woo! All right. Stay up here.
Yeah.
So has that been good, guys?
Yeah.
Valuable use of our time. A lot of stuff that we already knew or maybe that we had heard before. Let's bring the speakers back up again, just real briefly. We thank you guys so much for, these are volunteers. Well, they were voluntold, but they're.
We were voluntold. Volunforced.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you for sewing into us. I've learned things and I've reinforced things that I, knew, right? But to know and not to do is not to know.
Yeah.
So I thank you guys so much for lending your talents, your heart, your vision, to making us all great. We have 260 masters. Can y'all believe that?
Woo-hoo!
260 masters.
Yes.
And so thank you. Soon it'll be 1,000, then 10,000. We're a Christ-centered group. We love God. We love real estate. And I want to thank you guys for taking your time to be here. Question?
I just want to say thank y'all for coming here for me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Was it worth the drive from Houston?
It was worth the drive.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to see your weekly commitments next week.
Yeah. Now we do have lunch.
She just parked, she's
Okay.
coming in, so.
Okay. So while lunch is being and the whole idea of lunch. So we used to do these from 9 o'clock till noon, and Josie came up with a better schedule of 10 o'clock to noon, and then we're just going to fellowship. We're just going to hang out. We're going to. There's really no training in the next hour. It's just us hanging out. But since she's setting up, I figured maybe we can just do some ahas. If anybody wants to share, or if any of these guys have anything to say, any ahas or any questions that you have for the speakers this morning.
I have an aha. So I really love the wealth chart that you brought.
Thank you.
That was really, really awesome. Yeah. And that's like that forward focus. It's like just having it in front of you. And yeah, I'm inspired. Who's next?
So I was gonna say, so we attended Stuart's gathering for his group or his organization or his team, whatever you want to call it. And so that wherever you're at, with your age, there's somebody, mortgage or I don't know who's bringing lunch. So just reach out to all those people. Just a simple lunch, sandwiches, whatever. It's just about getting together.
Leverage.
Yeah. And we do have, we have a sponsor for lunch too. It doesn't cost, this room doesn't cost us any money, and lunch didn't cost us any money, right? Just our time, our most valuable asset.
How many would like to do this once a quarter?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Bring friends next time because I like more people in the room. Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I love to talk. If y'all don't know, now y'all know, right? I am Felicia. I'm so super excited to be here. But it's so fun, and I won't say it's funny, just divine appointment because we were driving in, and some of the same information that was just shared is what I was speaking with her about. So she's new, she's taking her exam on the 1st, and I'm like, you got to come awesome with me.
Yeah.
So we were talking about getting our mindset right. You have to have your mindset right. And this was the perfect hit for her. So
Yeah.
her testimony.
Right on, right on. Let's give her some books and audios and resources.
All right. And this is Felicia Guidry, is was an independent broker, had her own brokerage just like Will Gilliam. And she called me up and she said, I don't know what's going on. I've been in a season of prayer and God put you on my heart. And I'm calling you to see what's going on, what's new with you. And I was like, oh, well, let me tell you. And she didn't know that I was with EXP. She didn't know anything.
So like 2 hours later,
Just
right?
God prompted her. Exactly.
2 hours later, Knolly just wouldn't stop talking.
But she is also a volunteer that serves on boards and different things like that. She serves in the community, different real estate boards. And how long have you been practicing, Felicia?
Oh my God, what year is this? Awesome, since 2012.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, any other ahas? Any other, or any shares or any thoughts?
Picture with y'all.
Oh, a picture. Yeah, let's do a group picture. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, group photo.
Let's do that. Everybody want to come up and do a group photo? Yeah. Are y'all okay with that?
Felicia, no.
All right.
She's like, I just want one.
She's like, can I be the center of the attention? Just make me the photo. Tall guys in the back.
Okay.
All right, here, let's move this podium right here. Yeah.
Because Felicia will be up here next time, right?
Yes.
You ready? Oh.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
You got me?
Cheese.
Legs are 50.
Yeah.
50.
All right, we're going to get somebody to take a picture of all of us. But
Can we do like a snap on one of these? I mean, is there like a remote or anything?
Well, Josie can take the
We're
photo.
done. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Since we're done,
Just easy that way.